Okay, so we're going to look at how to get started in kayaking. We're going to assume that total beginner and give some general advice. Okay, so first thing to consider is things to do with safety. Um, Safety comes from experience. So as a beginner, you'll need to align yourself with people who are experienced. Best way is through a club. They'll have trained people who will run the trips, and they may also have coaches who can impart their knowledge. So yeah, coaches are river guides. So there are commercial companies as well who will offer kayaking experiences effectively, and they'll match what they offer to what your level is. So in all these situations, safety is important, and that comes with using the correct equipment and using it properly. So initially, as a beginner, you may wish to rent equipment. Um, that'll probably be okay. And whatever, you must always wear a buoyancy aid or a PFD, a personal flotation device. That will be approved. Just check for any signs of obvious damage. It also has to fit tightly. You don't want it, if you were in the water, to be able to float up into your throat area. So you want it secured. You should always wear a helmet. Okay, you could argue sometimes you don't need to, but I think generally it's safer to wear a helmet, because were you to capsize, even in a shallow loch, you might still hurt your head and, in the worst case, become unconscious in the water. So wear a helmet. Again, using club equipment is probably the best way to start for most people. Now, again, as a beginner not familiar with the environment, the advice would be to dress for the temperature, okay, and dress for getting wet, bring a change of clothes, that sort of thing. By far the best thing is the dry suit, but that's expensive, so I would say initially dress, and if you're not sure, ask the people organising the trip, and they'll give you. But generally, you'd be happier to be warm than cold, so I would think that's important. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to find a club. Obviously, Google search finds everything. The website of the British Canoeing Organisation will list affiliated clubs. In Scotland, the Scottish Canoe Association, again, will list the clubs by region. With the clubs, you're going to get equipment, coaches and guides, pool sessions probably, and guided trips. So all in all, a club has a lot to offer an experienced paddler. Okay, so a general principle would be don't rush into buying things. Take your time to get to know the sport. And clubs offer this, and individual paddlers will also let you try their gear. So I would strongly advise trying things before you buy. So paddle sport is a wide range of disciplines, okay? So that's from maybe the sea to touring, lochs, rivers, to white water, to playboating, to polo, many different aspects. So you want to find out which appeals to you and then go down that road. So kayaks look similar, but they actually have quite a wide variety of performance. They're optimized for different tasks. And so to make the right choice, you really want to have that basic familiarity before buying. Take advice from other paddlers and try their boats. paddlers will quite happily share their knowledge, and it gives you a chance to try a range of equipment. Use the rental or club equipment before buying anything, and that again gives you time in the water, time to begin to realize which direction you want to go in with your paddling. The other thing is just build up your skills, your kind of basic skill set before making your choice. So this is just general advice. I mean, there obviously might be exceptions to it, but as a general rule, try before you buy. So buying equipment, there are various considerations. So first is prioritize safety. So you definitely want to get a good buoyancy aid. I would say always buy new for that. And a good helmet, again, I would always buy new. The buoyancy aids and helmets vary quite a lot in price. They all meet the same safety standards. So it wouldn't be a mistake to buy a cheaper one of each because, as I say, they all have to meet the same approvals. So if you're sure you're into the sport and you want to be paddling year round and enjoying the bigger water in the rivers in the winter, you would definitely want to consider buying a dry suit to keep you warm and comfortable. I would advise buying second-hand boats. The new boats drop in price as soon as you take them out, and they'll plateau very soon. And then second-hand boats, if you buy them, you'll get a good value. You can keep the boat, sell it later, and you'll more or less get your money back. The prices really do plateau. So you want to adjust the equipment to suit yourself for size and so on. We put your name and phone number, contact details on the equipment. Many times people have lost their gear on the river and have had it returned. It also helps if a boat's been lost, you can tell the Coast Guard or the authorities to save a massive search operation if the boat is subsequently found.